Chapter 5: Ethics, Corporate Social Responsibility, and Sustainability. As we move into Chapter 5, the term ethics refers to accepted principles of right or wrong that govern the conduct of a person, the member of a profession, or the actions of an organization. Business ethics are the accepted principles of right or wrong governing the conduct of business people, and an ethical strategy is one that does not violate these accepted principles. Ethical issues and dilemmas in international business are rooted in the variations among political systems, law, economic development, and culture from nation to nation. The most common ethical issues in international business involve employment practices, human rights, environmental regulations, corruption, and social responsibility of multinational corporations. Ethical dilemmas are situations in which none of the available alternatives seem ethically acceptable. Unethical behavior is rooted in poor personal ethics, societal culture, the psychological and geographic distances of a foreign subsidiary from the home office, a failure to incorporate ethical issues into strategic and operational decision-making, a dysfunctional culture, and failure of leaders to act in an ethical manner. Moral philosophers contend that approaches to business ethics such as Friedman doctrine, cultural relativism, the righteous moralist, and the naive immoralist are unsatisfactory in important ways. The Friedman doctrine states that the only social responsibility of business is to increase profits as long as the company stays within the rules of the law. Cultural relativism contends that one should adopt the ethics of the culture in which one is doing business. Utilitarian approaches to ethics hold that the moral worth of actions or practices is determined by their consequences, and the best decisions are those that produce the greatest good for the greatest number of people. Rights theories recognize that human beings have fundamental rights and privileges that transcend national boundaries and cultures. These rights establish a minimum level of morality acceptable behavior. The concept of justice developed by John Rawls suggests that a decision is just and ethical if people would allow it when designing a social system under a veil of ignorance. To make sure that ethical issues are considered in international business decisions, managers should favor hiring and promoting people with a well-grounded sense of personal ethics, build an organizational culture and exemplify leadership behaviors that place a high value on ethical behavior, put decision-making processes in place that require people to consider the ethical dimension of business decisions, establish ethics officers in the organization with responsibility for ethical decision-making, be morally courageous and encourage others to do the same, make corporate social responsibility a cornerstone of enterprise policy, and pursue strategies that are sustainable. Multinational corporations that are practicing business-focused sustainability integrate a focus on market orientation, addressing the needs of multiple stakeholders, and adhering to corporate social responsibility principles.